Hi, John here with Wild Hair. So today we wanted to show you N3rd installed in a mobile application. Of course, it's very cold outside and there's snow on the ground, so we figured a Lego Technic truck would give you an idea, but we'd get to stay warm while doing it. So we have a boom that we're going to be raising and lowering with the N3rd that is installed on this truck. We will be directly connecting our phone to the N3rd, so there's no need for a router or an internet connection to be able to control this. And we're going to show off three key features of the N3rd. One is going to be the precise momentary control that you'll get with N3rd. The second is going to be the ability to do motor reversing by reversing polarity with one N3rd device. And then the third is a new app feature which allows you to assign a photo to an output, either by taking a photo or using one from your photo library. So let's go ahead and get started and show you how we have this thing installed. In taking a closer look at this install, you'll probably notice that we're actually not using the 5-volt micro USB adapter, but rather we're bringing our power in to the switching power supply. For most mobile applications, you'll probably use this method. Our red wire is going to be our plus voltage in, our positive voltage in, and then our black wire is going to be to ground. You'll notice that both are jumped over to the relays. So let's talk about how we did this to get motor reversing. Our red wire, or positive voltage, is going to the normally open of relay 1, and then it's also jumped over to the normally open of relay 2. Our ground is going to the normally closed of relay 1, and then jumping over to the normally closed of relay 2. What this does is allows the common to control the voltage output. So currently, both of these wires right here are hooked up to the motor, and they're sitting at ground since everything is off. If I were to turn relay 1 on, I would get positive voltage through one side, which would drive it one way. And then if I were to turn that off and then turn the other one on, I would get positive voltage going on to the other line, which would turn it the opposite direction. So that's how we accomplish motor reversing with one N3rd device. You might also notice that there's a little orange switch here. We wanted to be able to continue to use our manual control should we not have our phone on us, but this switch actually switches polarity as well, so we couldn't hook it directly to our inputs. So what we had to do was use a diode on either side which would control the flow of electricity, and that allows us to actually use the manual control as well as the phone control. So let's go ahead and look at some of the new app features and set it all up. With the phone directly connected to the N3rd, you'll notice that I have my app opened up. I've already changed the name of both inputs, so obviously one for up when I want it to go up and one for down when I want it to go down. I did remove the wire from the motor, so when I press the buttons you're going to hear a relay click, but the motor will not activate. I did that just because it'll be a little bit loud. So the first thing you'll notice is that if I push the button, it's going to come on and stay on until I push the button again, and that's latched. So I want to change that, and I'm going to do that by hitting Edit I/O. Under my output type, I want to select momentary, and then I want to scroll down to my input type, and I want that to be momentary as well, so I can use my input switch. And I'm going to do the same thing on output number 2. So now that I have both my buttons pulled up, you can see that they definitely look different. Let's see if they act different. So when I push the button, it should turn on, and I release the button, it should turn off. So you'll notice as soon as I push the button, it activates, and as soon as I release my finger, it turns off. So that's going to give me the precision and control I want for this application. Next, I'm going to change the background image and get something a little bit more customized going. So the first thing I'm going to do to change my images is I'm going to hit Edit I/O. I'm then going to select the top banner. For this output, I already named it up. And now for my active background, that's going to be whenever I push the button, the screen is going to project the image that I put here. And then for my inactive, it's going to sit at that screen when it's not activated. So for my active, I just want to know it's on, so I'm going to just use a color. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to Photo Library, and I'm going to select a just color palette that I have. So I can move this up and down, but I just want it a square in the center, so I'm going to choose that. So now when I hit the button, the background will be green. But for my inactive state, I want an image that's going to show me what is going to happen when I push the button. So for that, I'm going to go back to my photo library, because I had previously taken a picture, and I'm going to select the picture of the truck with the boom in the raised position, and I'm going to choose it. So now if I back out of here, you'll notice that when I have it just sitting in the background, I have my truck and I have the boom in the raised position. When I press the button, it's going to turn to green, and when I release it, it's going to go back to the picture I assigned. Now for the next one, I didn't previously take the picture, so we're going to take a picture and do it through using the phone's camera. So I'm going to select down this time on the top banner. So for my inactive, I'm going to select camera. Obviously I'm a little bit close, so I'm going to back away here. I'm going to take a picture. And so now that I have my picture taken, you can see that I have a truck and the boom is in the down position. So I'm going to select use photo. And so that image is set, and since I just want my active screen to be green, I'm going to go ahead and use the same green template. So now if I back out of here, if I hit this button here, I should have green, and then if I release it, I should have the picture that I just took, and then on my top one I have the picture that I had previously took and added, and when I push the button it's green. So that is pretty much how you do that. It's pretty neat. So let's go ahead and hook that wire up and see if it acts the way we want it to. Now that we have the app configured, let's go ahead and test it out. When I hit the up button, the boom starts to go up. When I hit the down button, the boom goes down. Now we also mentioned that we wired the manual switch in to the inputs to be able to control it without the phone, so let's go ahead and give that a shot. Boom's going up, and it's going back down. So it works exactly as we expected it to. Keep checking in as we take these simple things in and around your house and make them awesome with N3rd.